From the dawn of humanity, a promise echoed, a whisper of hope, a beacon in the darkness. Jesus, the Son of God, vowed to return, not as a helpless babe, but as a conquering king. This promise, etched in ancient scriptures, resonated through the ages. It fueled the faithful, comforted the downtrodden, and ignited a fire in the hearts of millions. The day would come, a day unlike any other, when the heavens would split open and the king would reclaim his throne. This was not a tale whispered in hushed tones. It was a truth proclaimed from the mountaintops, a promise woven into the very fabric of existence. The world, in all its beauty and brokenness, awaited its redemption, and it was coming. Through centuries of persecution, the followers of Christ clung to this hope. In catacombs and on crosses, they whispered his name. They knew, deep in their souls, that this world was not their home. Each sunrise brought them closer to that glorious reunion, each prayer a whispered plea for his return. They lived their lives in eager anticipation, their hearts fixed on the promise of his arrival. Their faith, though tested by fire, remained unshaken. For they held on to the words of Jesus himself, "I will come again." This was not a hope built on wishful thinking, but on the unshakable foundation of divine promise. The scriptures spoke of signs, harbingers of his return, cosmic announcements of his imminent arrival. The sun would darken, the moon turn blood red. Stars would fall from the sky, a celestial dance heralding the return of the king. These were not mere metaphors, but tangible, visible proclamations. The earth itself would groan, bearing witness to the approaching judgment. Yet amidst the upheaval there would be an undeniable beauty, a terrible beauty, awe-inspiring and terrifying in its scope. The very fabric of reality would warp and twist, signaling the end of an era. The old order would crumble, making way for the new. And at the heart of it all, the radiant figure of Jesus Christ, returning in power and glory. Section 4. The Day of Days. A tapestry of awe and terror. Imagine the day. A day that begins like any other. The sun rises, casting its golden glow upon the world, but something is different. A hush falls over the earth, a pregnant silence before the storm. Then the sky erupts. A trumpet blast, deafening and unmistakable, pierces the silence. The clouds part, revealing a sight that beggars description. Jesus, bathed in radiant light, descends from the heavens. The world watches in stunned silence. Some fall to their knees in worship, tears streaming down their faces. Others cower in fear, realizing the magnitude of their transgressions. This is it, the moment that divides history. Section 5. A world divided between jubilation and despair. The faithful, their hearts overflowing with joy, rise to meet their Savior. Years of longing, of waiting, culminate in this glorious reunion. They are finally home, enveloped in the love of their Redeemer. But for others, there is only terror. The weight of their sin, once ignored, now crushes them. They flee, seeking refuge from the piercing gaze of the righteous judge. But there is nowhere to hide. The world is cleaved in two, on one side unspeakable joy, on the other unimaginable anguish. The day of reckoning has arrived, and every soul must face the consequences of their choices. Section 6. The dawn of forever, stepping into eternity. The old earth passes away, consumed by fire. From its ashes a new heaven and a new earth emerge, a place of unimaginable beauty, where sorrow and pain are no more. This is the eternal kingdom, ruled by Christ the King. Those who have placed their faith in him will reign with him forever. Their earthly bodies, transformed and glorified, will shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. They will experience true joy, true peace in the presence of their Creator. This is the hope that sustains us. This is the promise that compels us to live lives of purpose and meaning. The day is coming when time itself will cease, and we will step into eternity. Are you ready?